What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad? My name is Dan, otherwise known as Danekii, and welcome to the Major Pokemon League Week 3. Yes, Week 3 against HeraHorde of the SLBanefica. Links to his channel is, of course, in the description down below. Be sure to check him out for his perspective of this battle. Now, I can see myself, you guys are asking yourself, why are you on Showdown? I thought the Major Pokemon League was a Wi-Fi league. Well, we DC'd. Then we tried to recreate, we got to recreation, we DC'd again, and then we DC'd like 2 more times. Then we decided, you know what, screw this, we're going on Showdown. Then we tried to recreate the battle, and then stuff went wrong there too. So we recreated this a immense amount of time, so I'm just gonna go through you guys from basically like this game, Week 3. My team that I brought this week consists of Mega Beedrill, Floatzel, Tapu Koko, Nihilego, Dhelmise, and Victini. And for those of you who are curious and want to know my team, like my draft, for you guys who have been curious about that, because I've seen some comments about it, so I'm going to answer you properly before we get into the battle. My draft consists of Tapu Koko, Victini, Dragonite, Lucario, Dhelmise, Nihilego, Mega Beedrill, Frostlass, Linoone, Sandslash, and Floatzel. And as of this week, like upcoming week, against a tone of the main red Clodsers, Sandslash and Floatzel will be leaving us, and I will be adding Seismitoad to my roster. So that will be happening in effect as of week 4. So now you know that for the future. But with that being said, you guys are probably interested in this match in general, so let's just get to it. My opponent has brought here today a Fortress, Mega Gallade, Thundurus T, Crocodile, Ambipom, and Heatran. So with that being said, I'm going to click play and let's see. So he leads with Overcooked the Heatran, as I lead with Beedrill. I'm thinking, let's see if it's Scarf or whatnot. So I click Drill Run, and he's Shukaberry. That's about the damage roll that we originally got. And this, let me just tell you right now, I'm going to pause it real quick after Beedrill goes down. This Heatran is incredibly well trained. Over the 10 games, I'm going to make a wild estimate of how long. We spent 2 hours from starting on Wi-Fi to finishing on Showdown for this battle. So, and in those 2 hours, this Heatran never, and I repeat, never missed a Fire Blast. That's a well-trained Heatran right there. Good job, Hera, training your Pokemon. But this Heatran was well-trained, my guy. So, I'm going to go into Nihilego here. Expecting him to switch out, I'm going to go into my Bubble Man. He stays in. Clicks Earth Power, which is okay. I'm going to go for a Waterfall here as I'm a Bandit variant, and he's going to go for the Into the Fortress, which is a Rocky Helmet variant. I'm going to continue to go for Waterfall because I was kind of just annoyed at this point, so he's going to get up his rocks, and I'm going to click Waterfall a 3rd time, which isn't going to be quite enough to knock this thing out, which means we have a bit of an issue on our hand because in the original game, I knocked out this Fortress and had my Bubble Man at like 1 HP. Literally 1 HP is what my Bubble Man survived at the end of the entire game. So, to recreate that, we decided I'm going to swap into my Woodsman. I'm going to Rapid Spin just here because it left on 2%, I believe it was. So we're still within accurate responses. I'm a little bit higher health than I originally was. As my opponent sends in the Heatran, I'm going to switch into my Assault Vested Nihilego, and he's going to click Fire Blast, so we take that like a champion, no burn, just like the original game. I click Hidden Power Ground to knock out this here Overcooked the Heatran, and we get the Beast Boost. But because we get that, and he immediately switches into Crocodile, this just screams to me, hey, I am Choice Scarf, look at me. But I'm going to switch out here. I'm going to go into Dhelmise because Dhelmise is always my switch into this thing. And he goes for Earthquake and gets a crit. That crit never happened in the original game, so you'll see later that there will come a turn where we recreate what happened, so he's not going to stay in even though he probably would have. So he's going to switch in here, go into Thundy, I click Power Whip. No, that's actually later. I switch into Nihilego because I predicted him there. As I go back on a double, I believe, here. Did I click Sludge Wave? I honestly don't remember this game. It's been such a while since I played it. But I do click Sludge Wave, and now I switch into my Dhelmise again. He clicks Earthquake, which normally would have had me at the battle like a bit over that. So he's going to switch regardless and go into Thundurus. I click Power Whip and I miss, which originally hit, so this of course sets up more complications. So what's going to happen there is he's going to switch into the Finger Fries, the Ambipom, and then he's going to switch back into the Thunderous so I can get my chip damage off with my Power Whip, which did a little bit less than the original game, but it's fine because he's leftovers, he probably would have regained it regardless. I'm going to spare this go into Nihilego because Nihilego can take any hit from this Thunderous due to its Assault Vest, and Sludge Wave is always my safest play because it covers every single switch. It does damage to everything. Actually, scratch that. I click Sludge Wave because what Sludge Wave allows me to do is weaken anything that comes in, so that if they knock out a Nihilego, I can go in with anything on my team from that point on. So I do click the Acid Spray here, and he goes into Bandit again, the Crocodile, and I click Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave knocks this thing nice in range, so I can sack off my Woodsman here, as I do not need Delmice anymore. And now I can scare this thing out with my Floatzel. And what Floatzel allows me to do, I can click Aqua Jet against anything, actually, because he's Scarf Side, didn't have to like risk anything. But this Power Ranger takes 50% from a Aqua Jet. So I click another one and knock out the Power Ranger, which is just phenomenal. So in comes Finger Fries, the Ambipom. I'm going to switch out into my Nihilego because it takes Fake Out relatively well, barring a crit. And he's going to click Ice Punch to knock me out, and this is where the end game starts. I've got a Floatzel pretty weak, can still outspeed. Got a Tapu Koko, hasn't even seen play yet, but kinda just gets balled out by the last two Pokemon. Like, I mean, they're decent health as you guys can see. Well, Thunderous is at like 70%, Crocodile's at like 40 I think, so Tapu Koko's Dazzling Gleam is of course going to do a lot, but Victini. My Flare Neos, I can go for the Z Sunny Day, or Z Sunny Day, whatever you prefer, to get that +1 speed, and now we got the sun, so we got a boosted blue flare, and this is where Victini just goes in. God damn it, phone, every time. But, I go for blue flare here and knock out the Thunderous. He goes into Scarf Crook, I outspeed this, I crept it, blue flare that thing too, and in comes Ambipom, which I debated here for the memes to click Focus Blast on the next turn, but I'm just going to click blue flare, and it's going to be more than enough to knock out Finger Frizz as well. So we take a 3-0 victory in the week 3 of the Major Pokemon League. So we are currently now 2-1 plus 3, because we lost 1-0 to Turbo, we won 1-0 against Rogue, and then we won 3-0 against Hera. So next week we take on, like I mentioned earlier, Tone of the main Red Claw Itzers. Be sure to look out for that. That'll probably, hopefully, be back on Wi-Fi next week. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of the prep and the team and stuff like that, and the change of Floatzel and Sandslash for Seismitoad. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.